Alrighty, welcome to Art's Place, where we got all kinds of crap happening. Okay, let me get over here, and there we go. Okay, how's that? Okay, nothing like having a craptastic day. How's everybody doing? We got Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. I'm going to turn down my headphones so I'm not blasting myself. And Chris Wedgeworth. So here's what I'm going to do just before I bring up my co-host is to adjust my my position. Okay, let's get that going. And how about there we go. That looks better. Yeah, there we go. How's that? There we go. That looks good enough for government work. All right, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Let's bring my co-host all the way from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Let's welcome Lloyd Mendenhall. Hey, Lloyd. Now I can't hear you.
Art, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. You know
Great
what
start to
happened?
the
I
show.
fell asleep right before the show. And I
That's not
hear,
good.
I've got 15 minutes. I just sit back, shut my eye, and I go, oh, we're about ready to start. Okay.
Yeah. And your mic was hot
Oh,
during half of that at the time. See, we were hearing you clicking, and you wrote up. Is it working yet? No, it's not. You wrote to me what you did, and then we heard you go.
oh God.
At least it wasn't like some of the shows we've heard when you had a bad start.
Oh, yeah. That was, yeah. You
Yeah.
gotta be effing kidding.
Yeah. They said my audio is down a little bit. Well, let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what I can do about that. It's just wonderful. What a day. What a day. All right. Well, it shows I'm pegging, so if I go any more, I'm going to blow my eardrums out and
Yeah.
anybody else's. So,
Well,
of course,
might be. Maybe you need to turn up your headphones.
well, probably compared to you, I'm a bit low because you're just a little hot. So your
Oh,
mic,
okay.
your mic input's a little hot. So you
My
turn
oh.
yourself down. Then he can turn it up so it doesn't blow his eardrums out.
Okay, hold on. All right. How do I sound?
That sounds better. Now maybe he
Okay.
can turn it up because the
Okay.
music was a little loud. I had to turn my headset down, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out what the hell was going on with the audio.
what was the problem?
Oh, I forgot to click on something. What
The
was
audio button.
that? Yeah, I think it
If you
was.
if you make sure those are green every time that make sure they're green at the end of the show before you do anything else. Make sure to save it, and that will save it with your audio already on.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's what I do. Make sure everything that you want to go out is checked. Whether it's the audio button's green or whether the A button is checked for that particular input, and then
Okay.
save it. Set up your however you want your first shot when you log in, because I have mine to set up with the with that.
Okay.
That's what I look like when I start mine up. So whoops, that'll go away in a second. Now I got to put my other. There we go. But yeah, that's just one of those things that tricks of the trade, I guess. You know,
Well, I wanted to say something. I saw something on Facebook that just really tickled me, and it's on my Facebook page. It says, "Imagine if there were a 99.7% chance you would not shit your pants, but you were forced to wear diapers in case."
I saw that. Yeah, yeah. You know, we've talked about this before. If they were honest,
Mhm.
I think half the people would say, "All right, we don't truly know what this is," and I think there's a good percentage of the people already that are starting to say they have no clue. Now you have to make the decision: wear a mask, not wear a mask. It's your choice.
Right, right,
But
and
as Sean Hannity likes to say, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. Contact your doctor. Ask him what he thinks about uh, you getting the shot. Ask him what he thinks about you wearing a mask. Ask him
mhm,
or her. You know, ask your
right,
physician or your primary caregiver, whatever. Ask them. What is your recommendation based
mm,
on my health, my conditions, my body, all of that stuff. Then make that decision on your own. It's still your decision.
mm,
You know, I obviously got the shot.
yeah,
Other than
same
the
here.
fact, the only side effect I have seen so far, and I don't know if anybody else is, but I'm hearing voices in my head and they're talking to me and I'm talking back.
Ah,
But that could be
right.
because I'm trying to be a ventriloquist too.
Yeah, could be, could be.
Maybe that's why I became a ventriloquist because I that way I could talk to the voices and I
Oh.
didn't seem quite that that's my cover. uh, you know, uh,
I mean, we're hearing so many different things. This is that and that, and everybody's flip flopping. It's like, what the hell? I mean,
Mike's
who
Mike's doctor tells him just to buy a shovel.
shovel? Oh
Well,
man,
the perfect example is my friend's wife who just passed away. They buried her Thursday.
right.
He had COVID. He had COVID variant A. COVID alpha. And she took care of him. She didn't catch it. She hadn't had the shot. She hadn't had any of that stuff. And she took care of him that whole time and never got it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he had some stents put in. He had a mild heart attack or something. He decided he should get the shot, especially even though he had already had COVID A. He just erred on the side of caution. But she says, I took care of you. I never got it. I was exposed to it all that time, never got it. I should be fine. Delta
Yep.
variant comes out
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it was devastating.
Mm,
And she
definitely.
actually had got to the point where they thought she was going to recover because her cough had gone away. She'd never had a fever. Then all of a sudden it just went went downhill. And they
Yeah.
said by the
Mm,
time they got her in, her organs were already uh
shutting down.
no, they'd gone beyond shutting down. They were what is it when you
Atrophy.
no when your body is dying off and or when your body's dead, decomposing. Her
Oh.
organs were decomposing while she was still
Oh.
alive. That's how bad this variant is. It's not that your organs shut down, it's the fact that you actually start decomposing before you die.
Wow. That's
So
scary.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's so the choice, and he says he wished he'd have really hammered it, or wish they had some better information to make an informed decision. But right now, nobody knows. There's
Mm-hmm.
so much mixed messages, you know,
Mm-hmm.
about isn't it, is it good, is it bad, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And our government, I was going to say our government leader, but I should say our leaderless government, uh,
Yeah.
has no clue what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Oh, and here in Jefferson County, where I live, uh, the school board is telling kids that they're going to have to mask up, and kids are not likely to catch it, and they're not likely to spread it. So
Actually,
I think,
actually,
well, go
actually,
ahead.
yeah, my daughter-in-law is a nurse, or I don't know if I've mentioned that, and she's an
Only a
RN.
hundred times.
Only 100 times. Well, she's working with the Cherokee Nation. They got children coming in now with the Delta variant. They had a 15-year-old kid that came in, and he was on a respirator. I don't know if he's made it yet or not. They got
Wow.
Yeah, it's starting to hit the young people. So that
Well,
is
now
perfectly
did it have
healthy. He
any
was not
perfectly
compromised,
healthy?
nothing.
Wow.
Yep, he was an athlete, as a matter of fact. He was just a perfectly
Boy.
healthy 15-year-old boy.
Wow. Hmm. That is scary.
They can actually get it now with the Delta variant, Mike. That's the one thing I wanted to put out there, is that it's starting. There's some anecdotal evidence now, and when I called to ask her about my friend's wife before she passed away, ask her a couple questions, she was telling me that she's seeing so many young people. They've got 20 and 30-year-old people just dying now. Just an example. In 1 week's time, they had a 900%. This is in the Cherokee Nation, which is up in
Right.
Tahlequah. That's pretty good. It's a large hospital. It's part of the Indian healthcare system up there. Just in that one hospital, they had a 900% increase in COVID cases in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she said, basically, it went through, got all the old people that it could get rid of. Now it's coming back, taking on the young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
So,
mutated into a different
into a different variant. Yeah,
strain.
into a different
Yeah.
strain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
So, I don't, all I can say is what I know from the personal experience and firsthand knowledge I'm getting from not firsthand, but at least secondhand knowledge. It's not coming from the news agency. And my daughter's not one to, or my daughter-in-law is not one to, well, she's very conservative. Uh,
right.
she's not a far left liberal or anything. She's definitely on the conservative side.
Mm-hmm.
But when she breaks down crying and says she doesn't know if she can go through another round, you know,
Wow.
and the
Yeah,
problem
it's a mess.
problem yeah, and the problem is they're losing their nurses left and right, and their doctors are leaving because they can't handle it either. I said, well, why don't you quit? She says, I'd feel guilty because who else would take my place? They got people leaving. So some of these people are feeling the push to stay there, simply
Right.
because there's nobody else to replace them. So making informed decisions is all I can say. You got to decide for yourself. I
That's
I
right.
I do know there's some evidence that in England they haven't done anything different. They didn't go to shutdown or lockdown. They didn't mandate mask again. They didn't stop the crowds, and they've hit their peak and they're starting to drop.
Right.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
cyclic, but then we're going to be in another 2 months. We're going to be on the flu season again
Right.
for a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
anyways,
yeah, here's my deal. It's like, okay, if this thing is so virulent and spreading like wildfire, why aren't they? Why aren't we on lockdown like we were a year and a half ago?
well,
I think we
that's it.
know why. It's because who's running the government?
Yeah,
It's the Democrats. The only
yeah.
reason a lot of these states shut down is this whole thing was to get rid of Trump.
Oh
That's
yeah, yeah,
my opinion. And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's why a lot of states started to shut down. And then some of the red states started looking at each other and said, wow, let's err on the side of caution
Cautious.
and
Yeah.
shut down. Not all of them shut down.
No,
South
no.
Dakota didn't shut down, and
We never shut down. We had some. Well, yeah, a lot of businesses. let people work from home or didn't,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people didn't go into work, especially during the real height of it. Mid
Right.
2020. But it was like June, July, or August before
Right.
they really started shutting things down here.
Mm.
And it was businesses making the choice. It wasn't mandated by the state. We never went into a lockdown. We didn't have any of that. We had mask mandate, and they
Mm-hmm.
just really lifted those here about 3 or 4 months ago. And so far they haven't put them into place. I don't know what the I don't know what the anecdotal evidence is right now. I think there's a few cities still considering it. I don't
Mm.
know that Tulsa has. I wear a mask when I go into a store. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
if they require it,
well, I
wear a
do it
mask.
anyways. I do it
Oh,
anyways, and simply because of my health and my wife's health. And I don't know that the
right.
mask is doing any good. I
Yeah.
mean, if your underwear can't keep a fart in, how the hell is your mask going to
Yeah.
keep the germs out?
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's right.
that's kind of a crude way to put it, but that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If you
that's
can
right.
smell it, it'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so
Yep.
yeah.
So last weekend, the eviction moratorium stopped, and then Biden reinstated through executive order.
Yeah,
And
I thought it was the
he
thought it was the
knew that.
CDC that actually did it.
Well, yeah, through the CDC. But here's the kicker: Biden knew that it was unconstitutional. I mean,
The
he
Supreme
went and
Court had already
asked
ruled.
several scholars, and the reason the Supreme Court didn't do anything about it before is they figured, well, this thing's gonna expire soon, and if they reinstate it, then it's unconstitutional. So here we got a president who's not following the Constitution.
Yeah. I only know of one other time. Well, from what I understand, what I read this week was the Supreme Court actually made a decision saying it was unconstitutional,
Yeah.
but they didn't force it because, as I said, it was only a temporary thing. But now that
Mm-hmm.
it's reinstated, and I only know of one other president that went against the Supreme Court, and that was Andrew Jackson.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm.
And of course, that has a lot to do with Oklahoma history. You know,
That's
the the Cherokee Nation in Georgia
yep,
and the Trail of Tears.
yep, that's right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly. He basically told the Supreme Court, "Fine, you want to enforce it, you go down there and do it, but I'm not sending U.S. troops down there to do it."
Yep, that's right.
So,
Oh, and remember, this moratorium started under Donald Trump.
hmm
You know,
yeah,
so I can't say that we're not to blame either.
right. And maybe a 3 month moratorium on evictions, just until people could start, till the checks could start rolling in. Because here's the thing, people that were unemployed due to COVID or whatever were getting extra unemployment benefits.
That's right.
So there's no reason why they couldn't make their house payment or their payments
Mm-hmm.
because,
Mm-hmm.
they should have been getting with that $300 to
Mm-hmm.
$600 a week extra. I mean, my God, some of them were getting $2,400 a month from the U.S. government. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's more than a lot of people have to live on in most cases.
Well, uh, get this: there are not a whole lot, but there are some people during the moratorium. They're just saying, "Screw it! I'm not going to pay the rent. I don't have to." And that's
Yeah,
what
and
they
that's
did. And you know
yeah,
what they did with that money? They spend it on either a new car, TVs,
yeah.
vacations. So
Yeah, and that's such a waste of money to spend it on like TVs and stuff, because they could have just joined Antifa and went and got some off the street.
there you go. Yeah. They could have broken into Best Buy and taken it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
my shirt says: "Sarcasm is the body's natural defense against stupid." That's
Mm-hmm.
what my T-shirt says today. So, yeah, and but yeah, I mean, this moratorium is nothing but socialism. I mean, it's
Yeah, it is.
actually
It really is.
Mark Levin has just released a book called American Marxism, and
Yep.
it's a book that I intend to read because I listened to him on I think it was on Gutfield or on yeah I think it was on Gutfield the other
Right.
night, and just to hear him, a lot of people don't understand that what they're following is socialism. They don't see what socialism is. American socialism is different than what or American Marxism. They don't think they're Marxist, but
Mm-hmm.
that's because our schools no longer
That's right.
teach what Marxism
Oh,
is, teach
actually,
the
what they're
history.
teaching is they're teaching it like socialism is a great thing.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
We'll just do it right this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the everything from uh yeah, it just amazes me how many people fall for that. And
Mm-hmm.
uh it's just I'm sitting here looking at this spot over here. The reason
Yeah, I
I've got
was
that
just going to say something. I'm like, going, hey,
well,
Lloyd,
there's a
wait,
reason
wait.
that's there because I've got a green shirt covering up. I built a new puppet stand, and that particular puppet is a Disney puppet, and I didn't want it on the show. Uh,
Oh,
I contacted the actual puppet makers and say, "Hey, if I use this on YouTube, is this a copyright strike?" They couldn't answer me. It's
oh boy.
licensed, and I'm the owner. I've got so it's licensed for me to use, but I didn't want to take the chance on you or Mill. So, but yeah, I built one the other day and it wasn't sturdy enough. So, I
Gotcha.
went with heavier pipe and glued it together better. Used the PVC glue like I should have instead of super glue. That stuff doesn't work on
Yeah.
PVC,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very stable now. And so I got
Awesome.
6 puppets lined up there. But
So, and we were talking about the no eviction moratorium. Think
right,
about
right.
the landlords. A lot of those people, they're not rich people. They're
No,
just
no.
average, normal people like us that are, have a couple rental properties, and now they're out of that money, and they got to pay the mortgage on those
Yes.
properties.
Yeah. Is there a moratorium on foreclosures?
Yeah, that'd
Where
be.
I think that would be if there's a moratorium on evictions, there should be a moratorium on foreclosures
Mm-hmm,
because uh obviously some of these landlords are going to have their property foreclosed because they can't pay it.
mm-hmm. That's
Because they're
right.
still required by this law to pay their mortgages, to pay their
Mm-hmm,
property taxes, to pay everything that they're out, and many of these people are just people that this is their retirement. They invested in this
yep.
for their retire
Mm-hmm,
for a second income. They've paid off their house, and they've bought a and invested in real estate for part of their retirement,
mm-hmm,
and they're living on, a fixed income except for this. This is their extra, spending money, and they've invested in this, and this is all being taken away from them by a socialist
mm-hmm.
government. This is they've basically nationalized all rental properties.
Mm,
you know
yep. And that was one of the things that the Supreme Court said that this is a takings uh, clause here, that and
yeah,
these people are not being compensated by the government. The government is taking their property and
And
not giving
yeah,
them any
yeah,
compensation for it. And
yeah, and yeah, this is the problem.
mhm,
They've nationalized rental properties,
mhm.
and
Oh, and what's
uh,
going to happen is all the, like apartment rents and house rentals, they're going they're going to go up. I got scammed by
bag of M&Ms. There was only WWs in the bag.
it. That's funny, Mike.
That is,
So,
but
like I said, this is going to screw up the 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 already high rental rents, because what's going to happen is, okay, when the moratorium's finally over, and if the person that lives there can't pay the back rent, they're going to get kicked out.
right,
And what's going to happen? They're going to try and find another place to live, and they're going to have a hard time because they screwed up their history, their rental
right,
history.
right. Yeah, and
And
either
rents are
that,
going to go up to make up for the loss.
yeah, and if this goes on long enough, if it continues and goes on long enough, well, then we're going to have all these foreclosures, and then our currently thriving housing market, which is good at the moment, it started rising under Donald Trump
Mm-hmm.
and seems to be holding okay at the moment. But this is going to
Right.
bottom it out. This is going to pop the housing bubble
Mm-hmm.
again. And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of economists are looking for that to happen. I think there's going to, because rental property doesn't just mean apartment buildings. It means how people rent houses, and
House
we got a bunch of them around
townhomes.
us. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, oh, there's TexArch drone guy. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Mike. Good to see you. Great to have you. Yeah, we're building up here.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool. Cool. Yeah, oh, and we need to make Mike blue. And,
yeah.
uh,
It's just our government, and here's the question:
right?
who is really running the government?
Hmm.
Who is
I think it's
making
the
the?
Obamas.
I do too. I honestly think that Barack
Yeah.
Obama is running it, or Michelle, or the two of them.
Yep.
You know, hey, here's the thing: what happened to the Clintons?
Yeah, they all of a sudden disappeared. Yeah.
I mean, we got Obama's come out with a new book. He's got a new, I don't know, movie. Or I think he's got a new movie on Amazon Prime now. He's got supposedly he was going to have which I'm glad I don't have Netflix now. He was supposed to have a comedy series on Netflix. I don't know how he could be considered funny. He's the driest man I've ever heard, but I'd heard that they were going to do a comedy type show, funny things that happened. Why, I don't know what it was about, but apparently you know, because I think
Oh man.
Netflix is starting to bleed subscribers because everybody's jumping on the streaming bandwagon, and Netflix no longer is the king of stream.
Right. Right.
There's
Hey Matt. Good to
hey
see you.
Matt, how you doing?
All right, we got a few people in.
You got a few people in, yeah, yeah,
Oh, you know what?
and
I've been kind of slacking. We gotta go here. We're gonna do a. Mike B. He's the one that got me to do this. We're gonna do a coffee giveaway.
oh yeah, wow, we're already 35 minutes into the show. Throw a wrench at Maddie. Yeah, you need to do that too.
Okay. We're going to make this interesting. We're going to pick a number between 1 and 30, guys. And I think just about everybody in the chat has been a winner. Some either on this show or my other show.
Your other show, yeah.
All right. Since we don't have a whole lot of people here, we could spin that wheel pretty soon here. Okay, let's go ahead and share the screen. This time I'll share the audio.
That helps. That way we can hear go.
There we go. All right, we can see the wheel now. Let's get going. All right. Well, don't worry, Matt. I'll be taking care of that in a sec. All right, let's spin that wheel.
Yeah, if you're gray, it's not because you're old.
Number 8 is the winner. Who is the closest to 8?
Mike B. No, Chris. Well, Chris Wedgeworth, because he didn't go over. He was number 5.
Okay. Well, I mean, whoever's closest. If you're over it, you're the closest.
Well, it'd still be Mike because he's only 3, and I mean, still be Chris. I mean, Chris would be closest because he's 5. That's the difference of 3, 8. They're the same.
Alrighty, Chris, congratulations. You are the winner again.
Believe it or not, both of them were 3 apart, but one went over and one was under.
Well,
so I think
who was the one that was over?
Mike B was over. Chris Wedgeworth was under.
Well, because Chris won last time.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's go with Mike B.
Okay, Mike B. All right. Mike B says he's won before. And Chris. So,
well, I'll tell you, has let's see, let me look at the numbers here. 22, 23 there. I was going to say between Matt and Mike, if Matt was 22, Mike was Tex Arch, Michael was 23. So it's up to you.
Okay, Mike B says on your other show I won. Okay.
Give it to Matt, they said.
Okay, well.
Okay, he said give it to Matt because.
Okay, all right, Matt. I've got your address
winner.
and I'll get that out to you. All right, congratulations, Matt.
Chris Wedgeworth gives his win to Matt. There we go. Because Chris won it, he gave it to Matt. So, all right, everybody, Matt won it. So,
for some reason, I can't turn Matt or Mike blue.
Really?
Yeah. That's weird.
Click on the little 3 buttons on their chat and do that.
I did.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do something here. Let's do this. And then I'll go to here. And let's switch. And then let's do this. And then I'm here. Okay. All right, I'm going to.
Make sure you're in
there
live
we
chat.
go. That's what I had to do. I think I was still in a different.
Oh.
And Mike, both of you guys are now blue.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, because what I did was in StreamYards, I opened up the YouTube and StreamYard. So what I did is I closed out that tab and then just went into YouTube and opened
Oh
it up.
yeah, yeah. I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Because when well, obviously with yours, I have to open it up. Now mine, I'm not sure. I haven't ever noticed that before. But
Yeah.
there you go. All right,
You're
they're both
welcome,
blue.
Michael.
Yeah,
So, oh, we're up to 9 people. Hey, that's great. So,
good, good.
that's a good crowd.
It is. It is. So, okay, we've talked about the moratorium. We've talked about the COVID thing. You've done the giveaway. What else you got on the agenda that we haven't talked
Oh
about?
man, what other kind of crazy stuff has?
I'll tell you what. Here's a thought.
Okay.
Nancy Pelosi is calling for one of the Supreme Court justices to step down because of their age.
Oh, and who's
One
that?
of them's
Oh, is
I can't
that
remember which.
Breyer?
Yeah, I think so because he's like
Yeah,
80. She's the
yeah,
same. She's in the same age category. She's within a
yeah,
year or two, but we don't see her stepping down. What makes
yeah. That's
what?
right.
Why
Oh,
would
yeah. Go ahead. Let's finish that
I'm?
up. And
I'm just thinking. Why would you know? There's the
well,
double
because they
standard.
want to replace him with a younger person who'll still be there in 30, 40
30
years.
years. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. You're right, Mike. It's Breyer. Hmm.
Briar. Yeah,
I
yeah,
love his ice cream.
yeah, yeah. Well, and yeah, it's
And speaking of ice cream, did you know Ben and Jerry's will not sell their ice cream in Israel?
really.
Yeah, they're part of that uh, BDS. What is it? Boycott, divest, and
Oh
sanction.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I thought it was
Well,
BDSM, but
I
that's a
think
whole
that's something.
different.
I think that's a
Yeah,
whole different show.
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Now I wonder if those people do they wear a mask over their gag ball?
I don't know. To be safe, they should.
Yeah, they could. They should.
Yeah, yeah. It makes you wonder how with one of those in their mouth they can actually say their safe word.
Yeah. Or yeah, they're yeah. They'd be
Oh, you want more? Okay. Yeah. Okay, this show has gone off the rails officially now.
There we go. Speaking of off the rails, how about Andrew Cuomo? You know, the AG of New York has said, "Hey, we've got all this in, you know, stuff saying that he's harassed and violated workplace rules." Well, I won't, Chris.
What is that? I see. It's weird because I don't have him blocked yet. I can't see him. Matt says I'm not blocked. He's frustrated with it. What?
Hmm?
Let's see. Texted. The only reason I
Well,
have
Matt's
seen that
blue.
happen is
Everybody's
because they
blue.
were blocked. Oh,
Oh,
oh, he's talking about. He's going back to when you were trying to make him. Uh, uh, Matt can't see his post.
oh.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that's.
can't see Michael's post. Oh, it was Matt.
um,
It was Matt.
see, Matt, see
Yeah,
what you've
yeah,
done.
yeah. We're sitting there looking like, what the hell? I even checked to see, did I actually, because I was looking to see if there was about Blue Ranch and I clicked, I think, oh, hell, did I? Okay. Okay. They finally figured it out. Good, good. So.
So
Hey, so
Andrew Cuomo is under fire for having a hostile workplace environment. Uh, sexually hostile. And what does he do? He comes out and he says, "I'm Italian. We do that." Oh, that's a great excuse.
yeah.
I'm a hugger.
Hey,
Yeah.
here's something I'm not seeing right now. Where's the Me Too group?
Yeah, that's true. Well, but wait a minute. Biden has asked him to resign.
Did he
I mean,
finally?
even the leader of the Democrat leader of the state assembly said, "Resign, or we will impeach you."
Yeah.
And
Did did uh uh did Biden? I hadn't seen that Biden had come out and asked him. I know he
yeah,
said prior to all this, if the report shows, yes, he should step down. But
right.
after the report came out, there was a lot of people griping because Biden hadn't asked for him to step down. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so has he done it yet or not?
Well,
'Cause
let me Google.
yeah,
Um,
because last I heard, he had not asked him to step down. That's probably because they belong to the same pervert club, you know, hair sniffers and
oh,
butt
it
grabbers.
says Biden calls on Cuomo to resign after. Okay, and this is just a few days ago, the 8th
Okay,
of.
he did finally come out and ask him. Okay,
Yep.
good.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, not good. I mean, yeah, I was just, uh,
You're a few days behind, Lloyd.
well, I hadn't looked yesterday. I'll be honest with you, I slept all day yesterday. I got up and I slept good the night before. I got up kind of early yesterday, came in here and finished up doing the puppet stand and all of that, and sat around here, and then Judy got up and you know I first off, we were supposed to be at the lake. We were supposed to go out yesterday, but they didn't have Judy's prescription in, and I can't leave until I get hold of the
Right.
doctor again, or
Mm.
until it finally gets called in. They called in the wrong one, so that was the first thing. So I got hold of the doctor on Friday. He didn't get it done, so I've got to get hold of the right nurse so that I know that it gets done properly,
Right. Hmm.
because some of those gals up there, unfortunately, they wear their bras too tight and it
Ooh.
cuts off circulation to their brains.
Uh,
You know how those desk Nazis are at doctors'
yeah.
offices. You can't get past that. Yeah. So, anyways, so I got up, went, did a couple of things around the house, went in, laid back down, fell back asleep. And
Mm.
I didn't wake up, and I got up, fixed something to dinner, went back in there, fell asleep again. I actually slept and didn't see anything until your show was over. It's like I didn't see your show. I didn't see
Oh,
Adrian's show. I just slept through it all. It's like,
yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, I
So
had a
anyway,
pretty good crowd last night.
did you?
Had
Good,
got
good.
up to like 32 people, so that was pretty good. I wish I had remembered to monetize it before the show instead of halfway through the show, go through and then hit monetization. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, and Ken Heron, he left me a super chat.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Good, good.
And of course, Bill Ronayne left me a few bucks. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if are you a you're not a member of Ken's channel, are you?
yeah, yeah,
You're a heron bird. Did you
yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah.
see his what is it, the pre-show chit chat?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at
Oh,
this week's. Uh,
oh, because he was talking about, I know we're not even talking about.
right,
Anyway,
right, right. That's
he was talking about a joke they made while he was on his radio show, and the joke kind of went over his co-host's head because he was talking about horses and how someone was caught in the middle of the night in a horse barn.
Oh.
And Ken mentioned, well, too bad there wasn't a centaur in the next stall. And I think that just went over the guy's head.
Yeah.
So,
Not know. Probably didn't know what a centaur was.
so in the comment I left, see, Ken Heron has to be the centaur of attention.
Yeah. 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 No, I hadn't seen it this week.
Yeah.
Uh I have to watch it either on my computer or on my phone. The iPad does not have the community tab. The phone will let you watch it.
Oh
The
boy.
iPhone will. I don't know what the thing is. Now, they may have changed that with the latest update, but I don't know. I know it works.
Right.
They keep saying it's coming to the YouTube for the iPad, but I haven't seen it yet. So,
I see.
uh, but
So
yeah,
Ken thought that was really funny. He sent me a,
yeah.
a reply with a
You know
bunch of
that's
little
that.
funny faces on.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing about Ken Heron. As big as he is, he replies. Or at least lets you know that he's read your comment.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I'm getting, pretty good at that, even though I'm not like a gazillion subscribers like him.
right.
But I respond, or I at least do like a heart and
Yeah,
uh, uh,
yeah. I
yeah,
I I try to, but then I'm not doing daily videos anymore. So
right,
that's the that really changed when Judy had the stroke. That really changed how I have to do things
right,
because I use my
mm-hmm,
phone when I'm away from the house, which is when I used to do all my vlogging. I now use that, and I have a camera, but it's set up for my other vehicle, and we're using our truck right now, and I just haven't switched it. And it was such a pain in the backside to pull the SD
right,
card out and load it and all
yeah,
that stuff. And you
mm-hmm,
know, it is what it is. And so I've just not vlogged in so long, and I'm not sure
yeah,
I
it
want
just
to anymore. That was rough to do it every day, and
yeah, mm-hmm,
it was like I think it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, right after I
mm-hmm,
started. After because uh, the first August, I did that vlogist thing.
yeah,
Everyday Dad popped up a comment about here's something for you guys that are into daily vlogging, and I thought, well, I'm not
mm,
into it, and I did it. I tell you, and they gave you a list of subjects to talk about for 30 days,
oh, okay,
and you had to the idea was to mention mention whatever that day's comment was, or suggestion, and I did it, but my God, that was a lot of work. And then I dropped back
mm,
to my normal 5 days a week, which was good, but then you run out of stuff to talk about, you
mm,
know.
that's true.
And
Mm,
I don't do I'd probably talk more now with politics than I did in the past, but
mm,
as I said, things changed after
mm,
Judy had her stroke, and I have to
mm,
keep a better eye on her.
mm.
And I mean, she's getting better, you know,
That's good.
but
That's good to hear.
her speech is getting clearer each day. I'm noticing it's getting better. She's not struggling quite so much now as she was.
Well, maybe her ventriloquist is better than
That could be true. That could be true. Her ventriloquist is a lot better than me.
yours.
So,
So no art co next weekend, no, because I will be at the service for Eric Enstrom, and then
oh
after
yeah.
that, I've been invited to dinner
Oh, okay.
with the
Okay.
Enstrom, so that was kind of cool. So that'll uh, be interesting. I've met his brother. Um, I mean, Rick's brother, Bill. I met him.
Right.
Uh, I think I met him at a political function, and then I met him again this year when I was down at the ranch
Yeah.
because he because he's got a ranch down there as well, so he keeps an eye on what's going on Rick's ranch when he's
Where's the ranch
living up
at?
here. It's down in Bristol, just you know where Grenada, Colorado is,
I'm trying to think.
Campamachi. That's the Japanese internment camp. He's just
Oh
north
yeah,
of that,
yeah.
and he's east of Lamar,
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
on the Arkansas River.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just
And
trying to figure out if he's on the east slope or the west slope of Colorado. That's
oh yeah, he's on the east slope. Yeah,
east
he's
slope. Yeah.
almost at Kansas.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, down there in that area is almost Kansas. I remember
Yeah,
now when you said the Japanese internment camp. I remember that.
yeah. If you
Yeah.
go just further east, you'll hit Holly, which is like almost on the Kansas border. And
Right. Right. Right.
you know
Right.
what governor is from Holly?
No.
Governor Roy Romer, or roaming Roy Romer,
Oh yeah.
who had an affair while he was governor.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of affairs stuff, I was watching a video clip on
Ooh,
uh
hey, that's an idea. I could record a show and let.
yeah, yeah, we could record the show and just have it premiere.
Okay,
We
that's an
might
idea.
set that up sometime this week, and I'll be out at the cabin, but I can record from out there too. You know,
Okay,
or I
we'll
can
think
get
of something
something to
and
yeah. If
talk
nothing else,
about.
do it like a 30-minute show or something to premiere next. This is for Artco. I'm not part of that. That's right.
Well, and Chris Doc Murdoch is going to be
Right.
up here, so I may not do this show next week.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I was going. As a matter of fact, when I saw your text or your message this morning, I'm glad because I set the alarm, but I couldn't remember if this was the weekend he was just going to be up there or if you were going to be.
Yeah, I
Uh,
thought he was going to be up here this weekend as well, but
yeah.
yeah, I talked to him. I think it was yesterday before the
Right.
show,
Right.
and yeah, so yeah, he's
Okay.
his daughter lives on the south side of Denver,
Okay. Yeah, I
so
knew he had kids up there.
so he's going to meet Sean on Monday, and I guess Sean has car issues as well. He doesn't want to drive down here and not have his car working going back.
Working, going back. Yeah.
hmm I could be a special
I
guest.
could be a special guest since it's
Okay, cool.
pre-recorded. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll work something out this week.
Okay. Yeah. That's a
You know,
good idea, Mike. Thank you for that
Mike's good at
suggestion.
that. We need to make
Mm,
Mike our off-camera producer. You know,
there we go.
he came up with
hmm
the candy idea for this show,
Yep. That's right. hmm
and yeah, so
So after well, pretty much all day yesterday and after the show, I've been fighting to get this bound. And I have no idea what. Maybe I'm pressing the wrong button on it because, okay, I don't know if you guys could. Oh, let's turn it this way. See, right next to that white thing there,
right.
there's a button. That would
That's
be
not
the.
it.
Where?
I'm pretty sure that's not it.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. You
Oh,
know, right
yeah,
over.
right
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Does that
That's
have
not it.
lights that No, I don't think that is. I did the same thing. Let me
Ah.
I can't. If you'll look, there's a where your antennas are at, okay?
Yep.
Off the back there. Follow your
Yep.
antenna leads down and see where they tie into, and you'll see a little thing that should be covered with shrink wrap.
Yeah, there is a board, but it's
And there's a little tiny button under that shrink wrap. You can
okay.
barely see it,
Right.
and
And
it's damn hard to hit.
yeah, and you know what? Mitch has a zip tie holding it to this lid here.
Right?
So I'm wondering if I'll have to get an Allen wrench and take this off so that I could. The button is probably underneath there, and because I took one of my lights and I shined it in there, and I go, yeah, there's another, but there's no shrink wrap on it.
Well, some of them have it, some of them don't. He may not
Yeah,
have
and
shrink
this is
wrapped
an
that.
older one.
Well, it wouldn't matter whether it was old or not if they decided to. That should now you need to check on that little board. You'll see just like a little white or yellow button,
Right.
and you might have to get out the magnifying glass and get a light and shine in there and really look. 'Cause I kept pushing that damn button on the side and it wouldn't bind. And I went through and looked
Yeah,
at YouTube, and I realized because where the antennas tie in, that is your receiver board,
that's
and
yeah,
that
and
should be
that's was my thought exactly this morning when I
yeah.
started farting around with this, and
Yeah. Now that button on the side has something I can't remember what it does.
I think it turns on the video for because there's an SD slot
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
right below
Yeah.
there. Yeah, see
Okay.
right there. There's an SD card slot, and
Oh,
I
really?
think
Mine don't have one.
that
So
button probably turns on the record.
yeah, it could. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But let's see. In the early days, I think he was. Oh. Oh, he's been with you for a long time trying to help you, as he's referring to throwing out suggestions. He said you used to get annoyed at him because your audio was either too high or too low, and it
Oh
is.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I remember some of those times,
yeah,
but
yeah. That's true.
you yeah. I noticed. I did notice here. I don't know what setting you changed here a while back, but I noticed your audio has been a little hot lately. But right
Oh,
now,
okay.
I think we're even. I
Okay.
can't tell what my audio sounds like because I'm no longer playing it back through my headset.
Well, what I did is I turned back the my volume on my microphone because I
Right.
think I was coming in too high, and so I
Yeah.
dialed it back just a little bit so that it would you would be equal with. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the problem. If one person is
Okay,
too
Mike
hot,
says we.
'cause we're both good now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happens, because
Hmm.
we each have a different type of board. Well, you and I have basically the same boards.
You
and
got the
basically the
same
same setup,
mixer,
same
except I
mixer. Yeah,
think you
we.
got the
I
one that
got the
has the two ports on it.
yeah, I got the 2-port mixer,
Right.
and they discontinued these, but I saw that they've got one, but instead of it being white and gold like the ones we've got, it's
Right.
black.
Oh,
So I'm
that
seeing the black one, and it's basically the same as mine. It's the 2-slot board, and it
right.
runs the same price as these, and it's basically this, but it's now black. So I don't know if they've brought it back out under a
Mhm.
different color, or they've just I don't know what the deal is, but they seem to. I've seen a few of those for sale. These others you can find, like mine, you can still find them, but most of the time they're used or they're. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
they've discontinued this, which is it's a great for what we're doing. It's perfect for vlogging.
Yeah. Well, that's true, Mike. Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want people to tell me if the volume is wrong. I have mine and I save all my settings, and they're pretty much mine doesn't change. The only difference is if somebody else has changed their volumes,
Right.
well, I
Hmm.
can't control that, like on my show. Well, I've got mine set. I keep it set where I can hear it and, across the board. And I
Hmm.
try to keep my music level all the same on all of my settings because I go in there and I look at what they're all, and I have them all with about three quarters, you know,
Hmm.
uh, and that way it doesn't, uh, it doesn't, cause a lot of problems. But we've
Right.
gone way off topic today, but we've
Yeah.
managed to.
Well, we managed to do a little over an hour, so we
Yep, yep.
slowed down through. So thanks again, as always, and we'll work out something. We'll do a recorded show for next week and do something for Art Co. We can.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get together this week. Like I said, I don't know. Uh, our plan is to go out Monday if the script comes in, and I'll do my show from out there.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll be doing it here at the house, and then we'll be leaving Tuesday. But then, and we'll work something out. So,
All right.
but I'm still planning on doing my show tomorrow.
Awesome. Awesome. Also, I'm doing a giveaway on the 28th. I'm giving away a solar power bank charger.
Cool, cool.
So, going to record a little uh, thing and let everybody know, and then have a thing. They'll say, "Click on the card," and you'll see my review on this product.
Okay, excellent,
All
excellent.
right.
All right.
So, guys in the chat, thank you for coming. You have a great Sunday and a great rest of the week. Lloyd, any last words?
You know what I say? Be kind, treat each other better than you treat yourselves, and remember, even us old farts matter.
All right. Take care, everybody, and catch you next time. Bye bye.